So this is the all-new 2023 Tesla Model 3 Highland refresh, and it has just arrived in New Zealand. Delivery will start later this month in December, and to January beginning is when the first deliveries will start arriving. And today we're going to be going over the interior and the exterior and the practicality of this Tesla Model 3 Highland. So first, let's start off with the front. So at the front, you've got full LED headlights with your indicators built in. Your fog lamps and everything are built into this headlight cluster. Before, there used to be headlights, your fog lamps down at the bottom in the long range and performance models. This is a standard range trim rear-wheel drive. You've got your tow hook right there. Let's actually zoom out. You've got your number plate. These cars are hardware 4, but this one does not have a bumper camera to help with the vision-based park assist, because these new Tesla Model 3s do not have ultrasonic sensors. Before, there would be sensors like lined up through here. There's no sensors to help with the parking. Instead, it's full camera-based. You've also got your 18-inch wheels. These are aero caps, they're plastic, and these are 18-inch in size. Let's find the tire. It's a 255/45R18. Underneath these, you get alloy wheels, or you can upgrade to the Photon wheels, which are, these are the Photon wheels, 18-inch, and you can get the Nova wheels at 19-inch, which are proper alloy wheels. So you've got your cameras here. These are hardware 4. Let's try to focus that for you. And you can see the hardware 4 cameras have a red tint in them, apparently to help with sun glare, and the indicator is actually slightly smaller on the hardware 4 indicators. Moving to the side profile is very much the same as the old Model 3, the outgoing one. It's basically the exact same side profile. I think the side mirrors are very slightly different, with like a slight kink in there, maybe. And this one has a bit of paint peel, that's fine. You've got some door handles, which I'll show you how to use when I get into the car. You've got some of these hardware 4 cameras up here. So you can get it to focus. You can see it's got a red tint. You can see these are the windows. They don't appear to be tinted. I'm not sure if the old Model 3 standard range or the rear-wheel drive had tinted windows previously, but these ones are not. Again, the same size wheels at the back. The charge port is on the opposite side. This is just a filler piece. There's no sensors on the back either, so you don't get any sensors around the front or the rear of the car. You just have vision-based park assist. You've got an upgraded rear camera. Let's see if we can get that to focus in on the rear camera. You've got an upgraded rear camera. And it's hardware 4, you can tell with the red tint. And obviously the back of the car now has these different lights, which I'll show you. They open up with the boot of the car. And that's to improve efficiency of production of the vehicle and to make the car obviously look a lot sleeker. And you've got your Tesla badging going around like that. It goes Tesla instead of just having the T logo like on the front of the vehicle. So actually, I didn't look at one thing, and that's the charge port. So if you open up the charge port, you can see it's CCS Type 2. You can have 11 kilowatts 3-phase charging, and you can have 170 kilowatts DC charging. Now this will close on its own, and it's actually got some rubber seals around the edge to protect it against water, because there's no cap on the actual charge port itself. Going on to this side, it's the exact same. You've got a glass roof that is split in the middle like the old Model 3. It's not like the Model Y or Model S where it's a full glass roof. There is still a beam in the middle. Now let's hop inside the Tesla Model 3 Highland refresh. So let's take a look at the frunk and the trunk. So to open up the frunk, you push that. And to open up the trunk, you press that. I'll open up the trunk from the back when I go outside of the car. So now let's take a look at the frunk. So to open up the frunk, you kind of open up like that, and it's powered by those struts. It won't close automatically. You've got space in there. I think this is smaller, slightly smaller than the Model Y, but still quite big. You've got washer fluid in there. Before, it used to be located up there, and I think that's to make room for these new struts, which, if I can zoom in, these are the struts for the active hood. And basically, if you are about to hit a pedestrian, when the hood is closed, it'll actually increase the height of the hood right here. So then it will cushion the fall of the pedestrian or the head impact and make it slightly less. And to close it, you can just kind of grab that, pull it down, and then you can use 2 hands, but I only have 1, and then you just kind of push down and close it. Now let's go look at the boot, which is, I would probably say, the same size as before, but to open up you just press that. It's got 2 motors to open up the hood now, to open up the boot, and you've obviously got your boot close button over there. You've got fabric lining inside there. You've got an emergency release for the charge port up there. You've got some space on the side over there, so you've got storage in this. You can pull this up. Now this thing doesn't have some sort of thing it can rest on like the Model Y. It just falls back down, so you've got to kind of hold it up there. But you've got a lot of storage down there, because there's obviously there's a motor at the back in this one, but there's still a lot of storage space. The battery is underneath the car, 60 kilowatts, but you can't open up this. So there's only storage on this front. There's no storage underneath this piece like there would be in the Model Y. And to close it, you just kind of push up there. To hop inside the vehicle, you get the door handle and you push in on this side and you pull out on the other side. A strange thing I found out is that the window also always opens up a little bit, even if it's all the way down when you open the door. No matter if you put the switch down, it goes back down, but if I put it back in, it goes back that. And when I pull it back out, it opens up like that again. The door also has a much nicer sound when you close it. And it also now has a latch. If you can see down over here, it's got this little latch there, which latches into in the middle over there. Now let's hop inside the vehicle. So your seat controls are next to your seat over here. So on the driver and passenger side, it's electrically adjustable. There's no adjustment for the back seats, but you've got to move your seat obviously backwards, forwards, to move the front, move the back up, down, move the front up and down, move the back of the seat. Obviously move the, oh yeah, so only use the top, and then obviously lumbar support, front, back, up and down. Hopping inside, we'll just get in through the door, sit down, and let's talk about this door first. So on the standard range trims, you get a nice fabric across the door card here. This is still a button, unlike the Model S and X, which are capacitive. You've got your emergency door release there, you've got all your switches for your windows, and you've got the strip of ambient lighting, and you've got a nice soft top part of your door, leather, plastic leather. No Teslas use any real leather now. You've got your side pocket, and it seems smaller than the Model Y. I don't know about the Model 3. I would assume this is probably the same size. Now closing the door. It's very quiet in here. So now that we're inside the car, let's zoom out and let's get these lights on. So on the inside of the car, over here you've got your little speaker grill, and on this you've actually got a little blind spot indicator somewhere built right there, and that basically warns you of blind spots. It's like a blind spot warning. It's only on one side, it's not on the opposite side of the car. You've got your steering wheel, which now has Tesla logo like that instead of just a T. You've got your indicators, you've got your scroll wheel for your volume, you've got headlight flashes, and you've got your camera. So if you push that, it brings up the camera. Actually, let me close that. It brings up your camera, and it's not actually a button, but the haptics are so good. I don't know if you can hear it. It's not actually a button, it's just a vibration. You've got your washer over there, you've got your voice command over there. My bum is too hot, and decreases the temperature. The lowest temperature I'll show you later. The steering wheel is obviously redesigned. As you can see, it's got a completely different design compared to before. It's got this different type of design on over here. It's like some little dots on a silver part. It's all plastic. Steering wheel is firmer than before, but it feels nice in the hand. There's obviously no stalks at all. There's no stalks on either side. Yes, so your indicators, that's your left indicator, and that's your right indicator. And your hazard lights obviously up there. Now going to the center console, to start the car, you can either use your key card, which you can put right there, or you can use your phone app, which I will show you. So on your phone app, you can see things like your car, you can see the battery percentage, and if you click on that battery percentage, you can see the range in kilometers or miles wherever you live. You can see all that. You can control a bunch of functions here. I got 5. That's a secret trick. You can get 5. Normally you can only have 4. You can control your car. Like if I go to the controls, you see I can open up the boot, the frunk, unlock the car, flash the horn, and start the car remotely, and vent the windows. Going there, you can see the location, you can see the climate control. You can control the climate control from this, and it'll show you. And you can see location, charge stats, upgrades, and service your car. And you can also use this app to view your live cameras, and if you have FSD or if you have enhanced autopilot, you can actually summon the car to a location or make the car come to you, or even just make the car go backwards and forwards in a straight line, and your car will do that. However, you need to purchase it, which is 5,700 for the enhanced autopilot, and I think 11,400 for the FSD. So let's go to the center screen. So in the center screen here, you can see this is like slightly, obviously the car has been redesigned, so you can move it all around on there. You can see the maps on here, and this is very smooth. It's the same screen as before, I feel, same chipset as before, but the screen does have smaller bezels on the side. It has smaller bezels than previously on the Model 3 all around. I think the bottom still has a bit of a bezel, so you can put your hand there and use it to obviously rest your hand on the screen, so you get a better, what I call, better grip on the screen itself, so you can move, and so when you have to, open up something or type up something, you can do it easier. So obviously this is really good. This is basically Google Maps, and you can actually have it so it's like that as well. Nice high quality maps. That's very nice. And you've also got all the apps over here. So in the car you've got the rear screen, which you can display locked. So the screen is actually locked right now. I can unlock the rear display, and then I can basically see what's happening on the rear display. I can also control it, and I'll obviously show you the rear display when I get to the back. Let's turn on the rear fan. And also, if there's a passenger seat, it'll let you control the passenger temperature from here as well. So now let's talk about climate control. So I'm just going to touch that, and it'll bring up the menu, so you can control this side with your finger. You can make it go in, you can make it go out, up or down, put it like that. So you've got, obviously, now you've also got cooled seats in the front. They're perforated, so actually let me move this stuff out of the way so you can see. The seats now have these like holes in them. As you can see, the seats now have holes in them, and that means that they are now perforated and ventilated in the front. In the back they're only perforated, while the center seat still has no holes, so it does not have that perforation. You've got your recirculation, you've got fan speed, you've got the AC. It's not focused. You've got the AC, you've got the auto, so when you put that on automatic, it'll automatically adjust the fan speed to keep your cabin at the set temperature. You've got heating, you can have automatic heating, automatic cooling on the seats. You can have heated windshield wipers, heated steering wheel. You can also have it on automatic heated steering wheel, so it'll automatically heat depending on the cabin temperature you have set in the car. You've also got cooling seats, and you've obviously got all your apps that you recently used on the left, and then on the right of the apps is all the apps that you have saved on the car, or all of the widgets. Now, moving down here, you can see we've got the center armrest, or not the center armrest, the center console, and you can actually have a 12-volt plug over there. Close that up. You can also have this over here. So you actually have your cup holders now hidden below this piece of plastic, and you cannot move it out of the way, so it's just hidden if you don't need to use it, and there's no storage underneath it. There's only a light. And this now, the center armrest is now magnetic, so you can open it up like that. There's only magnets over there and there. Open and close it. It's got space inside. It's actually quite large. It expands all the way to the back over there. You can close that up, and obviously close that. You've got a wireless phone charger. Both of these are wireless phone chargers, and you put your key card here to start the car. If you're not going to use your phone app, or if you're not going to use you can actually buy a separate car, like little car toy. It looks like a toy, but it's actually to unlock and lock your car. You've got your rear view mirror up here. You've got your interior camera right there. And you've got this new cluster, which I think is exclusive to hardware 4 because it definitely looks larger than the hardware 3, even though there's only two cameras in there and there's one fake camera. You've got this over there, and when you open it up, obviously you can see it's lit up. It's very nice. So yeah, the seats are also slightly changed. They're definitely softer than before. They're way more comfortable. They've got fans in them at the front, and they're really nice, comfortable, perforated. As you can see, the steering wheel. Oh, it's very nice inside here. Now, if you go to the dash is actually fabric. There's actually fabric here. Before, in the black interior, there used to be wood, but now there's fabric in these cars. Same type of door card on the passenger side. Ambient lighting we can also turn on from here. So look at the screen settings now. You see on the new cars, you've actually got auto shift out of park, and because these cars don't actually have any gear shifters on the steering wheel, you actually either use the screen to shift up and down. You've got the test, you've got nothing there, but you have got some shifters up here. I think if you press and hold up there, it will say it's not going to give it up there. I don't know how to bring that up, but there's something up there. It's saying fasten seatbelt, because auto shift out of park needs you to fasten your seatbelt. Steering mode is in sport, so it's obviously going to be heavier. You got slip start, which allows you to free your vehicle. It'll also slightly disable traction control, obviously, because it lets your car slip, and then it locks the wheels to try get you out of a sticky situation. You've got your charging, as you can see there, so you can charge up your car. This car, I'm pretty sure it's the exact same as the older Model 3, so you should be getting about 170 kilowatts peak. Again, I'm not sure. Actually, let's turn the lights off. You've got rear fog lights, and obviously now we got autopilot. You've got automatic auto steer. You've got single or double click, so basically push this. You can decide if you push this once, it'll turn on autopilot, but there won't be any more tactical traffic away cruise control. And if you push it twice, then it's going to enable autopilot, or you can push it once to enable TAC if it's on the double click. But if it's on single click, you can only tap it once to engage autopilot or once to disengage. There is no way to get traffic away cruise control if you use a single click option. You've got the speed limit, so you can have current speed, so it'll basically turn on at whatever speed you're driving. The speed limit, meaning it'll turn on at the speed limit that's displayed in the car up there when you're driving. And then you can obviously have an offset of up to 10 kilometers an hour above or 10 kilometers an hour below. And your following distance for cruise control is between 2 to 7 car lengths, I'm pretty sure, or 2 to 7 seconds. Car lengths was, I think, previously used. Percentages, obviously, you can go up to 30% above the speed limit, or you can go up to 30%, 25% below. So it's nice that it has that. Leave it on fixed. Automatic blind spot camera, which basically means if I indicate, it just shows up on the side there. And automatic blind spot warning chime, meaning that if you indicate and you start to drift into the lane, then the car will automatically warn you if there's another car in your blind spot. Only if you start to turn into the lane or in towards the car. You've got speed display warning chime, meaning if it's off, it just won't say anything. If it's displayed, the speed limit will pulse in and out, and if it's a chime, it'll chime at you. Your speed limit is relative or absolute, so if it's relative, it'll only warn you depending on your offset. So if I have it set to 5 kilometers over, when I go 5 kilometers over the speed limit is when it'll start to chime or start to pulse it on the screen. And then obviously absolute is 80, so meaning if I go above 80, it will basically start chiming at me regardless of what the speed limit is. Obviously I can change that, and obviously I can change this too. As you can see here, it's saying press and hold brake. So forward collision warning, obviously this is all personal preference on whether you want that on or not. You've got obviously locks. You can have the key cards, you can have the child locks, window locks, driver door unlock. What's that? So when the key is detected near the vehicle, the driver door and the charge port will unlock. Unlock on park, which is quite good. Car left open is actually, it'll show you on your phone and give you a notification if you've left something like your door or windows open. Obviously your lights, you've got your headlights on. You can have automatic turn signals. So once you change lanes, once the car detects you've done a lane change, it'll automatically turn off your indicators unless you have a turn coming up, because if the car can see something like a left turn arrow, it won't cancel the indicator, because if you're going to take that, If you're going to turn left, it doesn't want to cancel the indicator. However, if there's no other intersections near you, it'll automatically cancel the indicator. You've got automatic high beams, you've got headlights after you exit, so if the headlights are on, once you exit the car, the headlights will stay on for a little bit. You've got accent lights, so obviously you can change the color. At the moment they are set to white, but if I set it to pink, or purple, whatever the color that is, you can actually have RGB. Let's see if I can get this all in one shot. Yeah, so you obviously have a bunch of color changing, so let's put that on a nice pink. So obviously you can have that on, you can turn it off, that's on, and then that is on automatic, where it'll only turn on if the headlights turn on. So if I put the headlights on auto, they're on, but it's still not on. Maybe it's to do with the ambient lighting. So you've got footwell lights as well, you've got dome lights. Let's turn them all on, just for the sake of the video. And blind spot indicator, obviously that thing that's built right there, there's like a little red light display. You've got reduced blue light, you've got appearance, brightness, obviously you can lock the rear display, and you've got all of these settings right there. You can obviously change everything to your preference. You've got your trips. This car only has 263 kilometers on the odometer. Navigation, obviously you can have navigation thing. This car will also automatically, if you want to go somewhere that's too far for the car to go on one charge, at the moment it's on 72 305. If you want to go maybe somewhere that's 500 k's away, the car will automatically add in supercharging stops to get the car so that so you can get to the destination, and it'll tell you how long you need to charge, and it'll precondition the battery for fast charging before you actually get to the supercharger, and it will tell you how long you need to wait. So Sentry mode is a feature. If you turn it on, if someone's around your car, it will start recording, and it will basically honk the horn if someone tries to break in, and it will save the recording to the car in the glove box. There's a USB thing, it'll save it on there. You've got your dash cam, pin to drive, glove box, pin to drive, glove box. You've got a pin so you can't open the glove box. Speed limit mode is off, parking brake is applied, cabin overheat protection, speed limit mode. If you go into service, you can see your PSI, you can see your cameras and stuff. Let's see. So you've got a cabin camera, which is right up there, so obviously the cabin camera can see me, and you can go to the main camera, which is going to be outside, and you can see obviously you've got all these different cameras: wide view, left door pillar, left fender, right door pillar, right fender, rear view. You've got all these cameras. You've got I think it's 8 cameras on hardware 4 cars and 9 cameras on hardware 3. And Tesla to remote start, so you can start your car from your phone, and it's running software version 2023.38.9. No FSD beta in this car, no FSD beta in New Zealand yet. So now let's hop into the back seat so I can talk about the rear screen. Actually no, before we quickly hop into the back seat, I do want to show you the ability to automatically shift gears. So you need to put on your seatbelt. So you need to put on your seatbelt, and now it's saying tap to activate reverse. I don't know why it would want to go into reverse, because actually if I pull up the cameras, where would I go in reverse? There's only like that little spot there. Better if I go out the front, so that's not the best demo. But obviously if I press the brake, it'll do that. It'll show me that. It actually uses a vision-based parking as well. There we go. And to put it in park, you can just press park up there. Or I can just unbuckle my belt, and it'll want me to fasten my seatbelt before I move. Also, this thing is slightly different. Before, it used to be like a bigger thing. Yeah, definitely a lot more customizability in that as well. It seems to have a lot more positions. Right, so now let's hop into the back seat and see what it's like. That door side is significantly better than it was before. Now if you hop into the back seat, okay, so let me just tap the screen to tell the car that I'm still awake. Okay, so sitting in the back, let's open this up. So obviously you've got your ambient lighting strip over there. You've got basically the same door card as the front, with no manual release up here, but I think there's one down there. You can pull it up and open it up. You've got your seat belts through there, and you've got like a black fabric here. This car suspension is significantly improved, and it's a lot quieter inside, so I suspect these new materials have something to do with it. All this fabric up there instead of plastic. This is a hard plastic, although it definitely has some sort of coating on top. Your stuff down here, let me turn on the flashlight. Your stuff down here is actually, it has elastic bands and it's very firm, so I don't think it's gonna come like flail out. You've obviously got your rear screen. I'll look at that later. And the rear seats, which are perforated, of course. They've got the little perforations all through. And you've got these new headrests, because these are basically new seats. And you can open up the center, which... Yep, so you just have to basically pull on it. Open it up like that. And now this is a new armrest, which is it's now longer. And the cup holders are now like this shape instead of being like across like that. And this, I think, is a better shape because now you have more space to rest your arms and put your drinks in there. And obviously the whole seat folds down. It's a 60-40 split as well, so you can put down the rear seats 60-40. And you've got your seat in the middle, which is not perforated, but both other seats are. And you've also got your speakers. You've got a speaker over there. This car, I think, has 14 speakers, while the long range has 17 because of the premium interior. Let me turn the car back on again. So the center screen has a lot of functionality. So currently it's blowing on the legs. I can move it up. This is a really nice high quality screen. I can turn off the fan. I can turn on the fan. Obviously I can move it around like that, and basically going to show me where it's blowing. If I put it right there and I sit right there, it blows right in my face. Very nice. And obviously if I put it down to my feet, it'll obviously angle lower than that. However, it doesn't really matter because I can move it like that anyway. It just kind of preset puts it in a good position. Obviously that's your fan. And obviously you can use that to increase your fan speed or lower it. You can adjust the seats. Now on the back you only have two heated seats. Before you used to have a third one in the middle. However, I think they got rid of it. Honestly, now with this rear screen they should have kept that in because it would be easy to access. You can actually move the front passenger seat if I show you. Yeah, so you can actually move that seat now, and obviously you can see the car from here. Music, yeah, so if you have some Spotify or whatever turned on there, it'll show what's playing on here, and you can obviously skip or pause whatever you want. You can watch stuff like YouTube and stuff in here. So if you go in here and search Keon's, okay, well my channel is not showing up, but you know, you get the idea. You can watch YouTube and stuff in the back seat. Obviously over here you can add Bluetooth devices, so you can actually connect your Bluetooth headphones, so you can listen to music from the rear screen directly to your Bluetooth headphones. You can obviously sync your screen brightness between the front and the rear, and you can obviously have screen cleaning mode, and this will basically allow you to wipe down the screen, and it won't be obviously you won't be touching things randomly. And to exit you just kind of press and hold that, and to go back here you can turn that off, and you can control the volume from here as well. And it does actually think if your front volume is changed, it'll change it at the back, because obviously this is all going to be coming through the same speakers. So yes, that should wrap it up for the 2023 Tesla Model 3 Highland. If you have any other videos you'd like to see with this car, please leave a comment down below and I will most definitely answer it. If you have any questions again about the car, leave a comment down below and I'll answer it. And again, thank you for watching.